hello, namaste. Welcome to my YouTube channel Manisha's Content Hub. I'm your Manisha. So today I'm gonna talk about more about user experience. Okay, so stay till the end. Let's get started. Okay, so now let's see what is low fidelity design and high fidelity design. So the low fidelity design are either hand-drawn or basic digital wireframes without color or contact. These low-tech designs allows user experience teams to visualize each screen's layout, test navigation, and experience user flows. So now let's see what is high fidelity design. So the high fidelity design closely matches the final result of a product's design, content, visual styles, and animations, transitions all work together to make high fidelity design. So it work closely to the final product, but it is not the final product. So the high fidelity design are tested, and after getting the feedback, it is used as a final product or it's ready to be a final product. So now let's decide whether to use low fidelity or high fidelity design. So low fidelity prototype helps us to test information architecture and user flows, whereas high fidelity prototype helps us to introduce user interface and also helps us to understand how the user will interact with the final design. So firstly, we should figure out with our team members that how our design will look. For that, we use low fidelity. So once we get the idea of design, font, colors and images, we move on to high fidelity design. Now let's see what is mockup. A mockup is a visual representation of the design that is created before the actual design is developed. The purpose of the mockup is to provide the preview of the final design, allowing stakeholders, clients and developers to see the design, layout and functionality of the app before it is developed. It allows designers to communicate their ideas and designs to client, manager, and stakeholders and developers to see whether everyone is working towards the shared goal, and identifying issues and usability and create a blueprint to save the money and time. So now let's see some of the design consideration when you have to design for iOS and Android. So first one is screen size and resolution. Screen size and resolution is different for different platforms. We should ensure designs are optimized for each platform. Secondly, navigation and user flows can vary between platforms. And third one is interactive elements like buttons and gestures can also vary for each platform. And then we should ensure that design use a platform specific typography and iconography to maintain consistency and readability. And then different platforms have different set of design rules and regulations and guidelines and standards. Okay, so now let's say if we have different screen sizes to design. So how do you decide what size to start with? So always start with researching screen size. Understand the range of screen size which your target audience is using. It will help us to know the common screen size and prioritize accordingly. And then choosing base screen size to design based on common screen size of your target audience. So it will help us to design in that screen size and build a strong foundation to scale them into other screen sizes. And the best way is responsive design approach. It will help the design to adapt different screen sizes. And then testing the design with multiple devices and with multiple screen size to ensure it matches it very smoothly. Now let's see what is user personas and how to use them in user experience process. So user personas are fictional representation of different types of users who might interact with your product or services. Personas are actually based on research and data collected from the real users, and they are used to better understand the goals, needs and preferences and interest and behavior of different types of users. Personas can be used in several ways. So they are used to identify needs and goals of the user and can also inform design decision and help to create user-centered design. And secondly, prioritizing features and goals based on needs and preferences of the user. And then Third one is testing the product with representative user to find out if there is any issue and improve the user experience. And then interacting with stakeholders, helping to understand empathy and support for user-centered design. Okay, so now let's see what is competitive audit. Competitive audit is a process of testing the strength and weaknesses of the competitors to identify or find the opportunities and threats of the market. So finding or identifying best practices or features that your competitors use so that you can also adapt and improve the user experience. It can be anything like user interface and design or marketing or any customer service. So finding the gaps and opportunities of the market which your competitors have overlooked or not addressed, improving the user experience to meet the needs and expectations of the target market. Competitive audit is not one-time activity. It is ongoing process to identify the strengths and weaknesses of the competitors. You can also use the information received by competitive audit in your ongoing competitive analysis and strategy. So now let's see what is native mobile app design. So native mobile app design are the designs which are built for the mobile application that we use in our mobile. For example, WhatsApp or YouTube. So these are the apps which we use in the mobile. And what is responsive website? Responsive website can be used in mobile or laptop or tablet everywhere because it's responsive. It can be used everywhere. So now let's see what is the difference between native mobile app design and responsive website. So native mobile app design focuses on designing for a specific platform such as iOS and Android. It can be designed to work offline, whereas responsive website requires an internet connection to access the content. Native mobile app can take advantage of device-specific features such as camera and GPS, whereas responsive website has limited to the capabilities of web browser. Developing and deploying native mobile app requires a specialized skill and resources, whereas responsive website can be built using web development tools and can be deployed using various platforms. Okay, so now let's see what is cross-platform design. So cross-platform design is practiced to design product and experiences which work seamlessly in any platform and devices. That means we should design a product which can work in a mobile, laptop and any devices. So now let's see the key principles that inform cross-platform design. First one is consistency. It helps the user to understand or recognize the design regardless of any platform. And second one is scalability. It adapts to different screen size, resolution and ratio without losing its actual integrity. And third one is accessibility. This includes designing for input methods like mouse, keyboards, touch, screen readers, and other technologies. Fourth one is platform specific features such as GPS, camera access, and notification. So now let's see what is adaptive design. So adaptive design is a design that is specific for each platforms. Like for example, the design for the mobile is slightly different from the design of the laptop. So now let's see what is the difference between adaptive and responsive website. So both adaptive and responsive websites is used to provide optimal user experience across various devices and screen sizes, but it differ in their appearance to achieve the goal. In responsive website, it uses the single design that adapts and changes the layout based on the screen size of the design it is viewed on. So, when the screen size is changed, the design fits according to that screen size, and whole design remains the same in all the devices. So, in adaptive website uses multiple design for multiple devices where the design and content changes for specific devices. The website may have multiple design for multiple devices such as mobile, desktop and tablet. Okay, so I hope you understood all the topics. So I'll meet you in the next video. If you like this video, like, share, subscribe and comment. Okay, so lots of love. Radhe Radhe.